Hello guys and welcome back to my channel Lessons at Fingertips. Here we are going to discuss on some important topics in really simple words so that it's easier for you all to understand and keep things in mind. So today our topic of discussion is going to be a very simple and a common one, that is business communication. Before we move on to the topic, let me tell you what is this term communication implies. Communication is something very simple. I am talking to you guys. You guys will be also again commenting below and then talking to me back. Tell me about how you like the videos and what else do you want to see, isn't it? So this is also a communication that is taking place between me and you all guys. So what is happening here? I am sharing my thoughts, my emotions, my actions, and you are responding to that. So the simple way we can say communication is in general communication is a process wherein we share our thoughts, emotions, ideas, information, etc. to one or more person. If you cannot communicate with someone, how are you going to talk? What do we talk? We share our emotions, we tell our ideas, the informations that we want to give. A person with some different language and you speak some different language, will you two guys be able to communicate? No. There should be something common between you two guys which both of you will understand. So that is called communication. A proper and good communication can lead to a very established business. A business has a lot of stages, like a business organization has a lot of stages. There are managers, there are the workers, there are the employees, there are the ground level workers, there is the board of directors. So many levels are there. Everyone needs to communicate with each other very nicely for the organization to work properly. There are daily basis meeting or weekly basis meeting where people tell that what work they have done, isn't it? What are the work the others have been assigned for, how much we have covered our journey as a business organization, what all we have achieved, what all is left to achieve, what is this or what are these things about. It's about a communication, it's about sharing of the ideas to reach people, to reach everyone. So that is called communication. What is business communication? Well, business communication, thus BC here is business communication, can be said as the process of sharing of business ideas, not simple ideas, the business ideas, thoughts, emotions, right? Informations, thoughts and emotions. To whom? To the employees who are within the organization, within the company, or maybe outside, working from outside. A business organization is just not limited to the company. So many other things are also there, isn't it? So communication is very much important for the functioning of all the parts of the business organization. That is called business communication. So communication is an essential element in the success of any business. If the employees are not communicating within each other, how is a teamwork going to take place? For everyone to work together, for a teamwork to be successful, it's very essential to communicate with each other, to tell each other the problems, the ideas, the new things that needs to be inserted while doing a certain job. And these are all possible while doing if the communication is done properly. So now before I will discuss about the nature of communication, let me first tell you the process, because if you understand this, it will be easy to know the nature of communication. Well, the process is, first one is the sender. Someone should be present someone is there who is going to share its ideas, the thoughts, the emotions, isn't it? So what that person, that someone is called as the sender. The sender is sending a message. It may be a message, it may be a business information, business info, isn't it? It may be a business information, a message. What? To the receiver. Now it's not going to send it directly. There will be what? Encoding. There will be a process of encoding. Okay. So basically it send the business information to the receiver. But within these two there are two more processes. One is the encoding, another is the channel. You will see the board of directors in the organization will not come directly to the employees or the ground level staffs. It will talk to the manager who is managing them. They will be talking to the team leader. The team leader will be addressing their teammates, the peers, isn't it? So this is how the things work. The board of director will, suppose they have got some order, so they will be just addressing the managers. Then the managers will be going to the team leaders, will address all the team leaders. Then they will explain it to the teammates, isn't it? So this is the process, this is a channel which goes on. A board of director will not come directly to the teammates and talk to them. No, it's not going to happen. A process is there, a channel is there, isn't it? So that is what we are talking about here. Sender will send the information, business message or the message, then encoding, channel to the receiver. The receiver will get it. Now when the receiver gets it, it will have to decode the message, what message it has got, isn't it? So decoding is the thing. Then feedback. A very important portion is feedback. You see, as like you guys make the comment in the comment section below, I read it, I find it, that I try to find out that what are my flaws, how can I improve the video, how can I make it more informative, how can I see if you guys are liking it or not. So this makes the interaction proper. The more you guys comment, the more you guys just share, it becomes very much informative for me to understand, to see that if you guys are liking it or not. So feedback is very important part in our communication. Unless and until the feedback is received to the sender, the feedback is given back to the sender. So unless and until the sender receives the feedback, how will it know if the work has been done or not? What is the problem while doing the work? So feedback is a very important portion in a business communication. So what was the process? Well, business communication, in a business communication, the sender gives the message to the receiver and the receiver then decodes it, tries to do the work, sends the feedback to the sender back again. Now let us move on to the nature of business communication. It's a two-way traffic. What does that imply? Wherever there is a sender, there is a receiver. If there is a sender and no receiver, where is the business message going? Isn't it? Also, a receiver will give the feedback to the sender. The sender is giving the information to the receiver. The receiver is giving the feedback to the sender. It is a two-way process. Sender giving business info to the receiver. Receiver doing the work and sending the feedback. Understood? So it's a two-way process. That's why I said you let me describe the process first and go to the nature of business communication. So if the communication is not two-way, if the the receiver is not sending the feedback, then the whole communication becomes quite a bit baseless. Why? Because the sender won't be knowing that if the receiver have got the message, understood the message, understood the information that I have said, if the work is done, what are the problems he is facing, nothing will be clear. So that means it's not a proper communication. The second point is universal phenomena. Business communication is an universal phenomena. Everywhere it is useful, everywhere it's done. A business organization cannot work without a business communication, without any kind of communication. It can never work, isn't it? So it's a universal phenomena. Third is short-lived process. My particular business information is sent to the receiver. The receiver will do it, will get it and send the feedback. Done, clear, all done, completed. Next information will again be sent by the sender to the receiver through the certain process, the encoding and the channel, and then the receiver will get, it will decode and send the feedback to the sender back again. So the process is done. The communication is over. Again the next communication will start. So this is a short-lived process. It's not like lifelong it's occurring. No. A particular communication ends at a short period of time. If it's not ending at a short period of time, means the communication was not good enough. If the communication is good enough, it will be done within a short period of time. So that is its nature. Number 4 is a continuous process. Isn't it? Like, although it's a short lived, it's going to be a continuous process. It's continuous. It's not breaking in the middle. Isn't it? Sender will send the message will be encoding then channel to the receiver to decoding, then feedback, then back to the sender. So this is a continuous process. Anywhere it gets broken, if the message is not encoded, the receiver will not receive it. If the receiver cannot decode it properly, communication is not happening properly, isn't it? That means there has been some problem while encoding the message here. That's why the receiver couldn't decode it. It won't be able to send the feedback to the sender. So communication is a continuous process. If the communication is proper, it's going to be continuous. If it's not proper, then it's not going to be continuous. It's going to break down in middle. So I hope you guys have understood till here. Let's move on to the next part. Now, let us move on to the next portion, that is importance. Importance of business communication. Why is business communication essential? Why is it needed? The first one is acts as a base for any action. What are the actions that the employees are going to take? How are they going to work? How is the organization going to work? It is based on the communication. It is based on the desire that the directors are wanting, what they are willing from the business organization. So they will be sending the message which will be forwarded to the employees. They will be working accordingly. So the base for the work is done by the acted by the communication, business communication. Without a proper business communication, the base for the work won't be possible. How are you going to work? For what are you going to work? What is the motive to work? That motive, that setting of the motive. You have gone to a business organization, you're working over there. What are you working? You have a motive, right? Who will give you the motive? As per the demand for the directors, as per the demand of your boss, he will tell you what you need to do. So unless and until the communication is there, how do you think that the work can be done? So communication acts as a base for any action. The second thing is planning becomes easy. When your team leader, as a team you are working, when your team leader is convoying to you, they are having the conversation with the teammates. They are giving you some work, everyone is assigned a particular work. So what is happening? It's the planning is becoming easy. It's easier to do the work in a very shorter period of time. The time is very productive here. It's used very productively. So that is the thing. Proper communication leads to what? Planning becomes easy. Leads to easy planning. Okay. Now the third thing is helps in decision making. When you are communicating as a team leader, if you are communicating with your teammates, you are understanding their problem, you are understanding what problems they are facing, how much they can work, what can they deliver, what are the new ideas they have. So what happens? It helps you in taking the decision. It helps you to take some vast decision and give it to the manager. Tell them that no, this process what you said is wrong. I have got this new idea which is more beneficial. So what is happening? Decision making becomes easy. The fourth point is provide effective leadership. When as a leader you communicate with your teammates, when as a manager is also the leader, right, of the team leaders, so that he is also communicating with the team leaders or anyone, the leadership becomes very much prominent. it provides an effective leadership, a leadership which actually working, it's effective, it's not ineffective. You are communicating with your teammates. Whenever you communicate with them, whenever you try to understand what are they facing, the persons who are working below you, who are working under you, if you try to understand their problems, what they are facing, then only they will be listening to you. They will be stating their problems to you. They will be giving you more ideas if they have. Now, if you treat them like do whatever you feel like, I'm not going to communicate, they won't be coming to you. They won't be saying their ideas even if they have. You won't be getting a better option. So that is the problem. The provides effective leadership through business communication. The fifth and the last one is boost moral and motivation. Whenever you are not motivated, whenever you feel demotivated, how do people motivate you? They communicate to you, they talk to you. You know, whenever you are sad, something, if your friends try to talk to you, they brings out that thing from your heart, that is necessary. That makes you feel good. So to boost the moral, to boost the motivation, communication is very essential. Next, moving on to the point, the barriers of communication. While making this communication, see, we have completed all the 5 of this, and now we are moving to the barriers of communication. Well, there are 5 main important barriers, but here I have written 3. In the next slide, I will be writing 2 more. So, what are the barriers of communication? What is basically the barrier? It implies a problem between the sender and the receiver. We have seen the process, right, which starts from the sender and ends to the receiver. And I have said you guys already, as per the nature of business communication, if the communication is good, if it's proper, then it's going to be continuous. But here definitely we can say that the communication was not proper. That's why the message, the information didn't went from the sender to the receiver. There was a glitch in between. What is that glitch? That is the barrier. When the information is implies what a problem which has arisen between the sender and the receiver. What does this leads to? This leads to misunderstanding as well as conflict. Whom? Between among the organizational members, isn't it? If the information is not going properly, if the communication is not taking place, there will be misunderstanding, there will be conflict among the business organization. Proper communication can lead to boost of moral and motivation. People will be working more. If communication is not there, proper leadership will be not there, effective leadership will be not there, the people will be demotivated. They won't be having the moral to work. There will be misunderstanding. There will be what? There will be this misunderstanding and conflict among the business members. Now, managers frequently cite that communication breakdown is one of their most important problems and often symptoms of other deeply rooted problems. So, what does this imply? The manager says that they often face this as a problem when there is not proper communication, because that will lead to the fight between the organizational members. If the work is not properly assigned to each and every team members, when can it be assigned? When there is proper communication. If the team leaders are not looking after the problems of the employees, then work will not be delivered on time. There will be conflicts, there will be misunderstanding. It will be not clear that who wants what work is assigned to whom, isn't it? So that thing is happening here often, and it is also the symptom of some deeply rooted other problems. Now let us move on to the types of barriers. The first one is physical barrier. In terms of physical barrier, I can say noise, distance, defect in medium. This can be the basic reason of physical barrier. I hope you guys can already understand. If you are talking over the phone, you're talking to someone. Now, because of some outside noise or car horns or anything, you cannot talk to that person properly. Means what? The other one in the phone is not understanding what you are saying. If you are assigning that person some work, he will not be understanding. There will be misunderstanding. Yeah. So that is the thing. The noise is there. Then distance. Because of distance, whenever you talk to someone face to face, you communicate to them face to face, it becomes very easy to deliver your ideas, to deliver the information, to how your emotions, the person can see your emotions. But when it's a long distance, you are talking in mobiles or anything by WhatsApp messages or anything, the person cannot see your emotion. You cannot deliver the emotion. You cannot say the way you are willing to say, isn't it? You guys are seeing me. You guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. If you don't see me, you just hear it, you will feel like, what is the person even talking about? That is the thing. So then is what semantic barriers. What is that? Number one is different language. You do not understand the Chinese language. If someone is talking about you Japanese, you don't understand. German, you don't understand. You don't understand this kind of language. Even you don't understand the Tamil or Telugu language. If someone comes and talks to you in front of you, how will you understand? Can you understand anything? It's not possible, isn't it? You need to talk in a common language. That is what the different language is a problem. Then words with different meaning. For you, the someone words can be of some meaning. For some other one, it's going to be some other meaning, isn't it? So that's the thing. The words with different meaning. Poor quality of message. That's also a problem. If the quality of the message is very poor, if it's not elaborated, then the other person receiving the message will understand maybe anything, maybe something which you don't even mean to say. So the quality of message should be properly written. The third point is psychological barriers. What is that? Maybe a lack of trust on the sender by the receiver. Maybe the receiver who is receiving the message do not trust the sender. It thinks that maybe he have got something else in his mind and telling me something else. So that is lack of trust. It can be what? Premature evaluation. What is evaluation? Conclusion of certain message. Evaluating the message. Isn't it? If some message is been sent to you and beforehand only you make a conclusion to that. You take a conclusion to that, the sender have not even completed the message. So what is happening? Premature evaluation you are doing. Inadequate attention, not hearing. Suppose you are not hearing to my video. How will you understand that what I am trying to say? You won't be able to understand, isn't it? You will think this person is talking all shit. No. I am talking something informative. You need to listen to that so that you can understand. Isn't it? So that is inadequate attention. Poor retention. Lack of trust, as I have said. Then failure to communicate. Sometimes we are even not willing to communicate or not feel like communicate. We actually fail in this communication. Okay, because maybe of some technical issues, maybe because of some psychological factor, we fail to communicate. There are some people who cannot deliver their idea to the person in front of them. They have got some idea in their brains, but they just cannot deliver it to the person standing in front of them. So what happens? What is that? That is failure to communicate. Now let's move on to the fourth and the fifth barrier to communication. Now, what is the fourth point talking about? Organizational barriers. Sometimes there can be barriers in terms of like restrictions imposed on the rules of organization. Because of some rules, because of some restrictions, the barriers is occurring. For example, maybe as per the rules, it is said that you cannot be calling your leader at 11 o'clock at night, maybe after that. But at that particular position, at that particular time, you really need to communicate to your leader to make him understand that there is some problem going on. And if you communicate at some time else, maybe the next morning, it's going to be too late. So for that, what is happening? Because of the rules, because of the regulations, the barrier is occurring. Communication barrier is occurring. The second one, you can see status or hierarchical position restrict the flow of communication. Sometimes, it's not always possible that the ground level workers will go directly to the directors, will go directly to the managers. No, they need to approach to their team leaders first, especially the one who is very newly joined or in a very lower position they are working. So what is happening? The status of the hierarchical position restricts the flow of communication. The third one is complex situation of the organization. Sometimes the organization will suffer from some complex situation, something hasty things are going on and people are unable to communicate. So these are certain three important factors under the organizational behavior. Moving on to the fourth one is the personal barriers. What is personal barrier? Attitude of the superior. Your team leader is not at all willing to talk to you. He says do whatever you feel like. I just don't feel like talking to you. The manager is not willing to talk to the team leader. Means what? They are the carriers of they are the channels, isn't it? They are the channel from which the sender and the receiver is going to get the message. If in between them this kind of attitude comes, attitude of your superior comes, then that will act as a glitch between the communication process. Understanding? So the same thing is happening here. So person's attitude of the superiors. Second is what? Lack of confidence in the subordinate. The one who is working in as a subordinate, they are having lack of confidence. They cannot talk to their team leaders. They cannot deliver the message. In psychological factors also we have discussed this. Cannot communicate properly. Okay, some people have the things that they have the ideas in their mind, but it's just because of the lack of confidence they cannot deliver the idea to the one in front. So that is what? Lack of confidence to insubordinate, lack of awareness. If you are not aware of some situation, if you are not aware of what is happening in the business, how are you going to deliver? How are you going to even communicate? Next, the last one is hesitation to communicate. Same thing, if you are not confident, if you are not aware of the situation, of the things that are happening in the business organization, then you will hesitate to communicate. You cannot communicate so easily, isn't it? So this was all about business communication. I made you understand that what is business communication, what are the importance, what is the nature of business communication, the process, as well as the barrier to business of communication. So I hope you guys have liked this video. Please do hit a like and subscribe to my channel. Share with your friends. Come on guys, and share with your friends. These are so very informative. Bye bye.